Red MacGuffins reviewing Tucker, the man of his dream. This is from 1988, and this is a hidden gem. This is worth your time and it's worth a watch. It's very good. Love this. I'm going to do a more Guff review, so there's going to be spoilers. So yeah, check it out and come back and have a watch and see. Do you agree with me? So this is a biography and a comedy. And I knew Francis, I like Francis Ford Coppola's movies. He's directed some classics, and this was one I approached with caution and really enjoyed. We have, yeah, Francis Ford, let's talk about Francis Ford Coppola. Apocalypse Now, the Godfather movies, The Conversation, Cotton Club, Rumblefish, The Outsiders, Peggy Sue Got Married, Gardens of Stone, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Jack, The Rainmaker, Youth Without Youth, Tetro, Twixt. So he's a director that's not afraid to try new things, he doesn't stay in any genre. He likes to try something new. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes we have a miss, but he's brave enough to just try and fail or try and succeed. And yeah, that's to be tip my hat to you. So this is one that he went into with his friend George Lucas, and George Lucas executive produced this. Sorry, there's a fly buzzing around there. And yeah, George Lucas put some money into this, and he is also an admirer of Preston Tucker. And I knew nothing about this story, and obviously those two do know about this. I think they both own one of his cars, and it's a great inspirational story, and I can see why they wanted to make this movie. Now, Jeff Bridges plays Preston Tucker, and Jeff Bridges, great actor, The Big Lebowski, Crazy Heart, True Grit, Starman, Last Picture Show, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, the King Kong remake, Heaven's Gate, Cutter's Way, Tron, and many more. He's great in this. He plays a very inspirational character, an engineer that wants to, build a better car. He wants to change things in the industry. He wants to build a safer car, just a bigger car of the future. And so yeah, he has to figure out how to do it, how to get the money, how to achieve his dreams. And we have his wife Vera, played by Joan Allen, an early role for her. You might have seen her in Nixon, Crucible, Face Off, Manhunter, Peggy Sue Got Married, and The Bourne Supremacy and Ultimatum. And yeah, she's great in this too. She's the power behind the man. She supports him in his endeavors, and yeah, we have him trying to get into the car industry with his car, but the car industry is ruled by the three big uh, car companies: Ford, Chrysler, and General Motors. So yeah, he has to figure a way to. I mean, once they know about him, they're not happy because of what he's trying to achieve. And yeah, it's a real sort of follow your dreams and don't let anyone stop you type movie. So you're going to get inspired here, and yeah, it has its drama, but it's all good stuff. So we see some of his early inventions. He tried to make a very fast army vehicle, and the army didn't take the vehicle, but they did take a sort of a covered turret. It's like a clear turret for a round dome turrety thing for the. And they used it for airplanes, and he made a lot of money from that. So that was an invention he came up with, and that the army used. But the Jeep type speedy car that he did make, I'm surprised he didn't use that. Looked very good to me. So that got him going on his endeavors, that money, and then he came up with a great plan. He decided to advertise for for dealerships for a car that hasn't even been made yet. So he drummed up interest. He got people, um, due to his advertising, got people excited about the car that he was going to produce, even though he didn't have the money yet to do it. So he got people signing up for a car once it was made, and given deposits for dealerships. And Francis Ford Coppola's father liked the idea of this and signed up for a dealership. So we have that history with the filmmakers and their love for this man and his cars and his ideas, and his entrepreneurial dreams, which both Francis Ford Coppola and George Lucas, both people that followed their dreams and did well and had their own problems. Francis FFC for short. Let's call him Francis. He had problems trying to create his own movie studio, Zoetrope, and so yeah, he had dreams and had to sort of struggle through um, things like that in his life. And of course, George Lucas too. He another man following his dreams and you know create changing things in the film industry and is creating industrial light and magic and yeah, making the world a better place. And so yeah, we see Tucker trying to get his company going, bringing people in to help him, designers, engineers, that all are inspired by him. We have Martin Landau, he plays Abe, and he's sort of the money man. He's trying to get the drum up the money for Tucker to buy a car plant and a factory to build his cars in. So yeah, you have Martin Landau as well, who's also in Ed Wood, North by Northwest, Space 1999 TV show, Alone in the Dark, Without Warning, and Mission Impossible TV show. So yeah, you have great sort of supporting cast in this as well. Some of the names include Frederick Forrest, Mako or Mako, Elias Koteas, and Corin Nemec. And keep your eyes peeled for a very young Christian Slater. He plays Junior. And of course, he was in True Romance, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Broken Arrow, and Very Bad Things. And yeah, Francis is very good at spotting talent. And so, yeah, you learn some of the underhanded dealings from the motor car company, the three big motor car companies, because they didn't want to have to compete with Tucker and his ideas of a safer car and a stronger car, and it would have cost them money to do this. So they wanted to destroy his name and his ideas, and basically stop him before he even started. So yeah, you can look at it as there's a great speech that Tucker gives at the end of this that is very sort of what's the word? Well, look at him. He's trying to think of an intelligent word. Prescient nowadays. It's about destroying, yeah, entrepreneurs and trying to and not supporting new ideas and yeah. So anyway, some of the underhanded dealings of the big three car companies were trying to ruin his like wrongfully accuse him of fraud, try to take his company away, um, drive up the price of steel so Tucker's cars can't be made affordable to just the everyday man. and he didn't want to, he wanted to give cars to everyone. He didn't want to just aim for a richer client. He wanted to give cars to the people, and that was the one thing. This is set in the end of the 1940s, so the war's over, and Tucker knows that he's done a survey that people want. One thing they want out of the new sort of lives that, the post-war sort of lives that they want to lead is as having their own car. But he wants to provide them with a revolutionary car, a car of the future. And yeah, it's a great story, and I didn't know it was a true story till I got to the end, and to find out it was a true story, and it's even better just to know that someone like this was out there trying to, you know, change things and reach for the stars and give people something, not a bad product, a great product. And yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame what happened. And and in the end, only 51 of his cars were made. And for the trivia, George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola each own one of the 51 cars. So yeah, very good stuff. Another um, the person I want to mention in this is Vittorio Stararo, who's the cinematographer. He also shot Apocalypse Now, The Last Emperor, Dick Tracy, Lady Hawk, The Conformist, and Reds. Just some of his movies, and this is visually striking. It gets a great feel for that era, 1940s, and yeah, as I said, definitely worth a watch. I watched this on Film 4, but it is available on Blu-ray and DVD, and I'm going to try and pick up a copy because I really enjoyed this, and it's yeah, great stuff. So I'm going to give this, as I said, I'm going to give this a four out of five, solid four, and yeah, it's very close to giving it this a five because I really enjoyed it. And yeah, Fred MacGuffin reviewing Tucker, the Man and His Dream. Fred MacGuffin's review.